Section 7. The resilient spirit of Darjeeling, embracing the future. Despite the challenges, the people of Darjeeling approach the future with a spirit of resilience and adaptability. They are known for their strong sense of community and their unwavering determination to overcome adversity. There is a deep respect for their cultural heritage and a commitment to preserving. The people of Darjeeling understand that change is possible. They are adapting to the changing times, embracing new ideas while holding on to their core values. They are working together to find solutions to the challenges they face, whether it's climate change, urbanization, or economic shifts. They are determined to ensure that Darjeeling continues to thrive and prosper in the decades to come. Section 8. A call to action. Protecting Darjeeling's legacy. The future of Darjeeling lies in our hands. It is our collective responsibility to protect this natural and cultural treasure for generations to come. We must support sustainable tourism practices that benefit both visitors and the local community. We must advocate for policies that address climate change and promote the preservation of Darjeeling's fragile ecosystem. We must invest in education and innovation to empower the next generation of Darjeeling's leaders. By working together, we can ensure that Darjeeling's legacy of breathtaking beauty, cultural richness, and warm hospitality continues to shine brightly for centuries to come. Section 9. Darjeeling 2050. A vision of hope and resilience. Darjeeling in 2050 is a place of contrasts, where the old and new coexist in a delicate balance. It is a town that has faced its share of challenges but has emerged stronger and more resilient. The tea gardens, though altered, still carpet the hillsides, a testament to the enduring spirit of Darjeeling. The familiar whistle of the toy train continues to echo through the mountains, a symbol of the town's timeless charm. Darjeeling in 2050 is a beacon of hope, a testament to the power of human adaptability and the enduring spirit of community. It is a reminder that even in the face of change, we have the power to shape a better future, a future where progress and preservation go hand in hand. Darjeeling 2050 is not just a glimpse into the future, it's a call to action, an invitation to join hands and create a sustainable and vibrant future for this Himalayan gem. High in the Himalayas, nestled among the clouds, lies the picturesque region of Darjeeling. Known for its breathtaking views and the majestic Kanchenjunga, the world's third highest peak, Darjeeling is also home to a treasured Darjeeling tea. This essay delves into the captivating journey of Darjeeling tea, from its humble beginnings to its celebrated status as the champagne of teas. We will explore the factors that led to its emergence, the evolution of its production, its impact on the local people, and its enduring legacy in the world of tea. The story begins in the early 19th century when the British East India Company, driven by a thirst for tea and a desire to break China's monopoly, set its sights on the Himalayan foothills. The unique terroir of Darjeeling, with its cool climate, abundant rainfall and fertile soil, proved to be ideal for cultivating Camellia sinensis, the plant that gives us tea. Tea, a beverage once reserved for the elites of China, had taken England by storm. It became a national obsession and the demand for tea was insatiable. However, China, the sole source of tea at the time, held a tight grip on its production and trade. This dependence on China for a commodity so deeply ingrained in British society was a source of both economic and political anxiety for the British Empire. To secure a stable supply of tea and reduce their reliance on China, the British began exploring alternative locations for tea cultivation. India, with its vast land and diverse climate, emerged as a prime candidate. The East India Company, already a dominant force in India, saw an opportunity to further expand its influence and profits by establishing a tea industry within the empire. The cool, misty slopes of Darjeeling, with their resemblance to the tea-growing regions of China, caught the attention of the British. In 1835, the East India Company, under the guidance of Dr. Archibald Campbell, a civil surgeon with a keen interest in botany, planted the first experimental tea seeds in Darjeeling. These initial trials proved successful, confirming the region's suitability for tea cultivation. The discovery of tea in Darjeeling marked the beginning of a new era. Land was cleared, tea nurseries were established, and skilled workers were brought in from China and Nepal to share their knowledge of tea cultivation and processing. The first commercial tea gardens were soon established, laying the foundation for Darjeeling's tea industry. Section 4. Trials and Triumphs, Early Challenges and Innovations. The early days of tea cultivation in Darjeeling were not without their challenges. The harsh terrain, unpredictable weather and lack of infrastructure posed significant obstacles. Planters faced difficulties in transporting tea leaves, finding skilled labor and adapting Chinese tea-making techniques to the unique conditions of Darjeeling. However, the pioneers of Darjeeling tea persevered. They experimented with different varieties of tea bushes, developed innovative processing methods, and gradually overcame the initial hurdles. The unique climate and terroir of Darjeeling, combined with the ingenuity of the planters, resulted in a tea with a distinctive flavor profile, delicate, floral, and slightly sweet, that set it apart from other teas. Section 5. Shaping the Landscape. Tea and the People of Darjeeling. The rise of the tea industry had a profound impact on the demographics, economy and culture of Darjeeling. Large tracts of land were transformed into tea gardens, attracting workers from neighbouring Nepal, Sikkim and other parts of India. This influx of people from diverse backgrounds contributed to the rich cultural tapestry of the region. The tea industry became the backbone of Darjeeling's economy, providing employment opportunities and driving development. However, it also led to social stratification, with European planters at the top of the hierarchy and local workers often facing exploitation and poor living conditions. The struggle for workers' rights and better living conditions became intertwined with the history of tea in Darjeeling. High in the Himalayas there is a very special railway. It is called the train climbing. It is a reminder of the time. In the 1800s, Darjeeling was a hill station. The British went there to escape the heat. Getting to Darjeeling was hard. It took a long time to travel up the hills. The British needed a better way to reach Darjeeling. They wanted to transport tea and timber from the hills, so they decided to build a railway line. Work began on the railway in 1879. It was a difficult task. The toy train uses a special track. It is called a narrow gauge track. This helps the train climb steep slopes. The track is only 2 feet wide. The train has small engines and carriages. The toy train opened in 1881. It was a big success. People loved to ride on the train. It was faster and more comfortable than traveling by road. The train helped Darjeeling grow. It brought visitors to the town. The toy train is still running today. Years old. The train is a part of history. It is a link to the past. British engineers who built it. The toy ride, it is a slow and scenic journey. The train winds its way through the hills. It offers stunning views of the mountains and valleys. The toy train is a treasure of Darjeeling. The Darjeeling Hills are witnessing a renewed push for the creation of a separate state of Gorkhaland. At the heart of this movement is a new political force, the Indian Gorkha Jana Shakti Front, or IGJF. Formed in December 2024, the IGJF has made it clear that its primary objective is the fulfillment of the long-standing demand for Gorkhaland. This demand is not new. It is deeply rooted in a sense of distinct cultural identity and a history of perceived political and economic marginalization. The IGJF's emergence signals a renewed focus on this issue. It has injected fresh energy, mobilizing the Gorkha community around the promise. The party's leadership is keen on emphasizing its commitment through peaceful and democratic means. They aim to engage in dialogue with both the central and state governments. the IGJF believes that a separate Gorkhaland is the only way to address their message. The party's entry into the political landscape. It remains to be seen how the established political play. The IGJF's emergence is significant for several reasons. It highlights the Gorkhaland issue in the region's politics. The party's focus on peaceful agitation also marks a departure from the IGJF can maintain government inaction remains. The party's presence is a stark reminder of the unfinished business of that the aspirations of the Gorkha people cannot be ignored. In coming months and years will be crucial for the IGJF's success in navigating the complex political landscape will be critical. Their ability to mobilize public opinion and build pressure on the government will. Their emergence has brought the issue back to national consciousness, forcing a conversation that has been long overdue. The world will be watching to see how this new chapter in the Gorkhaland saga unfolds. The political landscape of Darjeeling has long. The emergence of the IGJF adds another layer of complexity to this already intricate scenario. The region is home to a multitude of each vying for power and influence. The presence of these diverse political actors, often with conflicting agendas, has contributed to a sense of instability in the hills. The two most prominent existing parties, the Bharatiya Gorkha Prajatantrik Morcha, or BGPM, and the Gorkha Janmukti Morcha, or GJM, have had a tumultuous relationship with each other and with the state and central governments. The BGPM, currently in power in the Gorkhaland Territorial Administration, or GTA, faces the daunting task of governing amidst this political volatility. The IGJF's arrival has further intensified the competition for political space. This fragmentation has had several consequences. To build consensus on key issues, it has also made it difficult to implement policies effectively. The constant jockeying for power and influence can often overshadow the real issues facing the people of Darjeeling. This political instability has a direct impact on the lives of ordinary people. Its uncertainty and hinders development. The lack of a united political front also weakens the Gorkhaland movement as a whole. The IGJF's entry into this already crowded political space raises questions about its potential impact. Will it further fragment the political landscape, or can it emerge as a unifying force? Can it work with other parties towards the common goal of Gorkhaland, or will it further divide the movement? These are crucial questions that only time will answer. What is certain is that the road ahead for the IGJF is fraught with challenges. Its ability to navigate this complex political terrain will be a testament to its leadership and its commitment to the people of Darjeeling. The demand for scheduled tribe status has been a contentious issue for decades. Various communities have long argued for recognition, seeking the benefits and protections that come with this designation. Over the years, numerous commissions and committees have been formed to study and recommend changes, but the process has often been slow and fraught with challenges. As the debate continues, the voices of those affected grow louder, calling for a more inclusive and fair system. The struggle for ST status is not just about legal recognition, it's about ensuring that marginalized communities have the opportunity to thrive and contribute to the nation's progress. The demographic landscape of Darjeeling has been a pivotal aspect of its socio-political fabric. Over the years, the population dynamics have shifted, leading to various concerns among the local communities. These changes have impacted everything from cultural identity to economic opportunities, prompting a closer examination of policies and initiatives aimed at preserving the unique heritage of the region. In the hills of Darjeeling, political alliances have played a crucial role in shaping the region's governance. The intricate web of relationships between different political entities often determines the direction of local policies and development projects. These alliances, sometimes fragile and other times robust, reflect the complex nature of politics in the region, where every decision can have far-reaching implications. The Gorkhaland Territorial Administration, or GTA, faces numerous challenges in its quest to govern effectively. From administrative hurdles to resource constraints, the has been fraught with difficulties. Addressing these challenges requires not only strategic planning, but also a deep understanding of the local context and the aspirations of the people it serves. The Indigenous Gorkha Joint Forum, or IGJF, has put forth a series of demands aimed at addressing the concerns of the Gorkha community. These demands range from greater political representation to enhanced economic opportunities. Engaging with the IGJF's agenda is essential for fostering a more inclusive and equitable environment, ensuring that the voices of the Gorkha people are heard and respected. The demand for Gorkhaland is not a recent phenomenon. It is deeply intertwined with the history and identity of the Gorkha people. The seeds of the movement were sown in the colonial era. The British, recognizing the distinct culture and valor of the Gorkhas, carved out a separate administrative unit called the Darjeeling Hill Tract in 1866. This sowed the seeds of a separate identity for the Gorkhas. However, the dream of a separate state did not materialize with India's independence in 1947. The Darjeeling Hills and Duars were merged with the state of West Bengal. This decision led to a sense of marginalization among the Gorkhas, who felt their cultural and linguistic identity was being subsumed by the dominant Bengali culture. The early years after independence saw sporadic demands for a separate state. These demands were primarily driven by a desire to protect the unique cultural identity of the Gorkha people. However, it was not until the 1980s that the Gorkhaland movement gained significant momentum. This period witnessed the emergence of Subhas Singh and his organization, the Gorkha National Liberation Front, which would go on to shape the trajectory of the Gorkhaland movement for decades to come. Subhas Singh's arrival on the political scene in the 1980s marked a turning point in the Gorkhaland movement. A charismatic leader, Singh galvanized the Gorkha population around the demand for a separate state. The GNLF, under his leadership, launched a series of agitations and protests, bringing the Darjeeling Hills to a standstill. The movement reached its peak in 1980. GNLF's call for a statewide strike crippled the region, leading to widespread violence and unrest. The movement garnered national support from the central government to intervene. In 1988, after 2 years of intense agitation, the then Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi signed an agreement with Subhas Singh. The Darjeeling Gorkha Hill Council was established, granting a degree of autonomy to the Darjeeling Hills. While the DGHC fell short of the demand for a separate state, it marked a significant victory for the Gorkhaland movement. It provided a platform for the Gorkhas to manage their own affairs in areas such as education, health and culture. The formation of the DGHC